Chapter 4 Bees and the Snails. Once there was a very big orchard on the foothills of Himalayas. Flowers and fruits were found in abundance in the orchard. It spread over the entire hillock and expanded up to a shallow stream flowing through the village at the base of the hill. The orchard was owned by a rich farmer. He had reared bees in the orchard to produce honey. By the stream, the snails had also built a colony for themselves where they lived in great numbers. One day, the king bee was passing by the snail's door with his followers making a deep buzzing sound. They were moving about in search of nectar to make honey. The mother snail was sitting on her doorstep. She could not bear their noise. She said rudely, "My 20 babies are sleeping in my house. They have to sleep for a fortnight before they can walk. You are the noisiest creatures that pass my door every day. I'm sure that you all shall wake them up." The king bee was angry at hearing the mother snail speak in such a rude manner. Yet he said politely, "We are in search of nectar and have no intentions to harm anyone." The mother snail could not control her temper. She continued, "Yesterday, your family and a bunch of your stupid followers were here and made such great noise. Now, today you come again. Keep in mind that if something happens to my children, you will have to repent." The king bee said, "We cannot stop doing our work for your sleeping children. You take care of your children and let us do our work." This further infuriated the mother snail. She warned, saying, "You have no rights to come here. This tree was planted by my master for us to live many years ago. You all come every year and steal all the nectar from the flowers. Apart from robbing us, you make such loud and foolish noise. If I lose one baby because of all this, I will go to your house and destroy it." The king bee said mockingly, "You speak about your master? You must have lost your sense. You slow creepers came from dirt. You are of no use, not good at anything. Who in this wide world cares for you all? Just look at us. We are reared and cared for. We make honey for the people. It is not only good to taste, but also good for health. Our people live in all parts of the world. People love us and feed us with flowers. Go and look at your ugly face in the mirror. You shall feel ashamed of yourself." The mother snail was angry at being humiliated in such a way by the bees. She went home and said to her family members, "Today the bees had come and they insulted me. I had asked them to not make noise, but they hurled abuses at me. Now I want 5 of you to go to their house and destroy it. My insult must be avenged at any cost." Hearing the mother snail say so, her family members went to the bees' house. There were 5 of them, strong and stout. Upon reaching the house, they found no bees there. They said, "We are happy that no one is here. Now let us eat honey." The 5 of them enjoyed eating honey till sunset. In the evening, the king bee came back home singing and dancing. He was surprised to see 5 snails in his house. He said to them, "Friends, this is not your house, and nor our honey is your food. But since you have come and now it is already dark, so you all can stay back with us overnight if you do not hurt our children." The leader of the snails' raiding party laughed and said, "I have come here to your house with my family to stay here forever and eat all your honey." The king bee replied, "You are good for nothing and you can do nothing to help us. But now, since you cannot go back home in the dark, you can just stay here for one night. At any cost, you all will have to leave by tomorrow midday." The king bee knew that the snails could do them harm. He called the wise old bees and instructed them not to sleep that night and keep a watch on them. Next morning, the wise bees came and informed their king that the snails had killed some babies. They said, "O king, the snails have poisoned our honey and made our house dirty. Now the honey is of no use for our master." This time, the king bee could not control his anger. He went to the snails and said, "Friends, you have done us much harm, but please do not create any further troubles for us and leave our house today by midday." Then he suddenly remembered his heated argument with the mother snail. The king bee continued, "Now I remember the mother snail I had met the other day who had warned us with grave consequences. Perhaps you all have been sent by her. But this is my last warning to you all. If you do not move out of our house by today midday, then be prepared to perish." At this, the snails laughed and said, "If it is so, then we are going to stay back to see what all you can do." Hearing such an answer, the king bee could understand the motive of the snails. He went and called an emergent meeting. He asked his soldiers to sharpen their stings and prepare as much wax as they could by tomorrow morning. He said to his soldiers, "If these snails do not move out of our house, then all of you be prepared for a war." The snails were overconfident. They paid no heed to the king bee's warning. They stayed back, yet the bees gave them one more chance. They just kept a watch on them and allowed them to stay back one more night. Next morning came. With the first rays of the sunlight falling on the bees' house, the army, under the command of their king, declared war against the intruding snails. They started singing their war song and hover over the snails. This frightened the snails so much that they curled up and hid in their shells. The king bee asked the soldiers to bring wax and seal the shell's mouth with it. One group of the army forced the snails to stay curled up in their shell, whereas the other group sealed its opening so that they could not breathe nor move out. Having confined them in their shells, the king bee said, "When you all came, I thought you were friends who had somehow wandered away from your homes and come to our house. I realize that you have been sent by the mother snail to harm us. Yet I warned and asked you to leave our house. But you all thought that God had made you all the most intelligent and the strongest. Had you been as big as the birds or other animals, then I'm sure there would have been no place for others to live in the world. Now you all stay and die here." The bees moved to a new hive they had built on a nearby tree. One day, the rich farmer came to collect honey. He saw that there were 5 snails dead in the honey. He said to his workers, "The snails have poisoned the honey, and that is why the bees have made another hive. Now, it's good for no one. Take it off the tree and bury it deep in the ground." When the workers had buried the beehive with the dead snails, the rich farmer said, "Now the snails have a colony near the stream. If they are not taken care of, they will create more nuisance. Within a week, spray pesticide in the area where they live. I want to see no more snails in the entire orchard." The entire snail colony was wiped off, but the bees lived happily ever. A. Put a tick on the correct option.